friends, Assalamu alaikum. I plead Javed Ali Salro, Advocate High Court. Once more time I am in front of you to share authentic knowledge of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. As previously I have explained that the authentic knowledge of Constitution is rely on the textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Again and again I am not explaining my own words before you, dears and viewers, that whatever I have read it from the textbook of Constitution of Pakistan, not making my own words. I just change that I should have to discuss, I should have to deliver, I should have to explain the views, the knowledge from the textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan, which is very authentical, so very important. So listen it carefully. Being a Pakistani, being a citizen of respectable citizen of Pakistan, kindly listen it, and it is very useful for we peoples, for we citizens of Pakistan, because I already discussed that the Constitution is the country, and the country which is Constitution. So we must aware about the Constitution. So let's come. Previously we have get knowledge from the textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan, authentic knowledge from this book, from Article 8 to Article 28, that was the fundamental rights, and Article 29 to Article 40, that was the principles of the policy that was discussed before you viewers. Now we are coming to part 3. Now let's enjoy and move on, and let's come to having a fruitful knowledge from the textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973, which is so authentic. So kindly listen it, which is very useful and fruitful. So let's come about part 3 of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973. And in part 3 contains 3 chapters. So before completed all the chapters, now we are just coming in part 3 of Constitution of Pakistan in chapter 1 about the president, that what is the president of Pakistan, how he can elected in the seat of the Pakistan, whatever about the president of the Pakistan, what is president, what are the rights, what are the powers, each and everything which is present in the Constitution of Pakistan. These all things are coming from this textbook of the Pakistan, and which is mother of the law. So listen it carefully. Let's come. So part 3, the Federation of Pakistan. Of course, President of Pakistan, which rely on the Federation. So it is about the President first of all. Initially it is written here that about the President. Discuss here, chapter 1, the President. Article 41 of the Constitution. Written here, the President. 41 of Constitution article, it is the President. What is the President? Let's listen. Article 41, sub-article 1. There shall be a President of Pakistan who shall be the head of the state. There shall be the President of the Pakistan who shall be the head of the state. It is about the President. Article 41 of Constitution of Pakistan. And shall represent the unity of the Republic. Republic, it is our country, Islamic Republic of Pakistan, who represent, President represent the unity of the Republic. It is about the President. Article 41, sub-article 2. A person shall not be qualified for election as President unless he is a Muslim. It is discrimination, qualification about the President. A person shall not be qualified for election as President unless he is Muslim, of not less than 45 years of age. About age here is also discussed. About the religion here is discussed, and about the age here is discussed in the Constitution of Pakistan 1973, Article 41. Very nice. And is qualified to be elected as member of the National Assembly. I am reading again. Article 41, sub-article 2. A person shall not be qualified for election as President unless he is a Muslim of not less than 45 years of age, and is qualified to be elected as member of the National Assembly. It is about the President. So Class A, Article 41, sub-article 3, Class A. The member of both houses here in Constitution, about the Senate and about the National Assembly. It is about discussing about the both houses, which are called sometime upper house and lower house. So this is 41 discussing about the both houses. Member of both, for the president, he should be the member of the both houses. And Article 41 sub-article 3 class B, the member of the provincial assemblies. Okay, 41 article sub-article 3 class B has been completed. Now let's come to the article 41 sub-article 4. So study and read it like so, because these are very essential. It is the proper way of standing and reading for the constitution, which is very important. So listen it. Sub-article 4. Election to the office of president shall be held not earlier than 60 days and not later than 30 days before the expiration of the terms of the president in office, provided that if the election cannot be held within the period aforesaid because the National Assembly is dissolved, it shall be held within 30 days of the general election of the Assembly. Sub-article 5. An election to fill a vacancy in the office of president shall be held not later than 30 days from the occurrence of the vacancy. Of course, it is very easy, and clearance is written here. So whatever written in the textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan, I am just sharing, I am just explaining. It was the 41 article and sub-article 5. And again here is further provided that if the election cannot be held within the period aforesaid because the National Assembly is dissolved, it shall be held within 30 days of the general election to the Assembly. Article 41 sub-article 6. The validity of the election of the president shall not be called in question by or before any court or other authority. It is 41 article has been completed. Now let's come to the 42 article of the Constitution of Pakistan. It is about the oath of the president. Of course, whenever the president elected in the Pakistan, then of course he take an oath. So let's come and explain. I am going to explaining before you about the oath of the president. According to Article 42, before entering upon office, the president shall make before the Chief Justice of Pakistan oath. President take an oath before the Chief Justice of Pakistan, not any province. It is written here about the Pakistan, province of the Pakistan, who should be the Chief Justice of Pakistan. In this form set out in the third schedule. Third schedule is also discussing about this one. It is about oath. And Article 42 has been completed. Now let's come to the Article 43. Conditions of the President's office. What are the conditions of the President's office? 43 article, sub-article 1. The President shall not hold any office of profit in the services of Pakistan or occupy any other position carrying the right to remuneration for the rendering of services. Article 43 sub-article 2. The President shall not be a candidate for election as a member of Majlis-e-Shura Parliament, or a provincial assembly, is elected as president. His seat in Majlis-e-Shura Parliament, or as the case may be, the provincial assembly shall become vacant on the day he enters upon his office. This is about the conditions of the president's office. And now let's move about Article 44 of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973, terms of office of president. Article 44 sub-article 1. Subject to the Constitution, the president shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the day he enters upon his office. Each and everything is written here. How he is elected, what are the conditions, how he make the oath, where he make the oath, before which he make the oath, and what are the terms of the office, and office terms presidents. He has written that about the 5 years. He has written 44 article of the Constitution, he can hold the office, and provided in 44 article provided that the president shall, notwithstanding the expiration of his term, continue to hold office until his successor enters upon his office. 44 article sub-article 2. Subject to the Constitution, a period subject to the constitution, a person holding office is president shall be eligible for re-election to that office, but no person shall hold that office for more than 2 conclusive terms. Article 44, subarticle 3. The president may, by writing under his hand addresses to the Speaker of the National Assembly, resign his office. When he resign from his office, he should have to by handwriting to the to the person who shall hold the office to the for re-election so that he can shall hold that office for more than 2 conclusive terms, and president addresses to the speakers of the National Assembly for resign to the Speaker of the National Assembly. It is completed. Now Article 45, president's power to grant pardon etc. These are the powers of the president for pardon according to Article 45 of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Now how and why and let's come. The president shall have power to grant pardon, reprieve and respite, and to remit, suspend or commute any sentence passed by any court, tribunal or other authority. These are powers of the president for pardon, for grant of the pardon according to Article 45 of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Has been completed. 46th article of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. President to be kept informed. The Prime Minister shall keep the President informed on all matters of internal and foreign policy and on all legislative proposals the federal government intends to bring before Majlis-e-Shura, Parliament. Article 47 of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Removal or impeachment of President. He has written about this. Article 47, subarticle 1. Notwithstanding anything contained in the Constitution, the President may, in accordance with the provision of this article, be removed from office on the ground of physical or mental incapacity or impeached on charge of violating the Constitution or gross misconduct. 47 article, subarticle 2. Not less than one half of the total membership of either house may give to the Speaker of the National Assembly, or, as the case may be, the chairman written notice of its intention to move a resolution for the removal of, or, as the case may be, to impeach the President, and such notice shall set out the particulars of his incapacity or of the charge against him. Subarticle 3. If a notice under class 2 is received by the chairman, he shall transmit if it forthwith to the Speaker. Subarticle 4. The Speaker shall, within 3 days of the receipt of a notice under class 2 or class 3, cause of a copy of the notice to be transmitted to the President. Hold the procedure written here about this one in Article 47 about removal and impeachment of the President. Article 47, subarticle 5. The Speaker shall summon the two houses to meet in a joint sitting not earlier than 7 days and not later than 14 days after the receipt of the notice by him. Subarticle 6. The joint sitting may investigate or cause to be investigated the ground or the charge upon which the notice is founded. Subarticle 7. The President shall have the right to appear and be represented during the investigation, if any, and before the joint sitting. Subarticle 8. If, after consideration of the result of the investigation, if any, a resolution is passed at the joint sitting by the votes of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of Majlis-e-Shura, Parliament. declaring that the president is unfit to hold the office due to incapacity or is guilty of violating the constitution or of gross misconduct, the president shall cease to hold office immediately on the passing of the resolution. It is clear about removal of president, misconduct, impeachment, according to Article 47. Now let's move to the Article 48. President to act on advice, etc. 48 Article, Subarticle 1. In the exercise of his functions, the President shall act on and in accordance with the advice of the Cabinet or the Prime Minister. Okay, very easy and very essential written here. Provided that within 15 days, the President may require the Cabinet or, as the case may be, the Prime Minister to reconsidered such advice either generally or otherwise, and the president shall within 10 days act in accordance with the advice tendered after such reconsideration. Subarticle 2. Notwithstanding anything contained in clause 1, the president shall act in his discretion in respect of any manner in respect of which he is empowered by the constitution to do so, and the validity of anything done by the president in his discretion shall not be called in question on any ground whatsoever. Subarticle 4. The question whether any, and if so what, advice was tendered to the president by the cabinet, the prime minister, a minister or minister of the state shall not be inquired into in or by any court, tribunal or other authority. Subarticle 5. Where the President dissolves the National Assembly, notwithstanding anything contained in Clause 1, he shall, Clause A, appoint a date not later than 90 days from the date of the dissolution of the holding of a general election of the Assembly, and Clause B, appoint creator cabinet in accordance with the provisions of Article 224 or, as the case may be, Article 224A about the Constitution. Subarticle 6. If at any time the Prime Minister considers it necessary to hold a referendum on any matter of national importance, he may refer the matter to a joint sitting of the Majlis-e-Shura Parliament, and if it is approved in a joint sitting, the Prime Minister may cause such matter to be referred to a referendum in the form of a question that is capable of being answered by either yes or no. Subarticle 7. An act of Majlis-e-Shura Parliament may lay down the procedure for the holding of a referendum and the compiling and consolidation of the result of referendum. It was about the Article 48 of Constitution of Pakistan, which was discussing about the president to act on the advice. How president act on the advices. This was about the Article 48 of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Now let's come to the Article 49 of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. Chairman or a speaker to act as or perform functions of president. It is 49 Article of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. What is this? Subarticle 1. If the office of president becomes vacant by reason of death, resignation or removal of the president, the chairman, or if he is unable to perform the functions of the office of president, the speaker of the National Assembly shall act as president. The speaker of National Assembly shall act as president. Cause of the absence of president is written here. I already having discussed with you. Now, if he is unable to perform the functions of his office of president, the speaker of the National Assembly shall act as president until the president is elected in accordance with clause 3 of Article 41. I discussed about the president. That was whole about the president 41 article. Subarticle 2 of 49 article. when the president by reason of absence from Pakistan or any other cause is unable to perform his functions, the chairman, or if he too is absent or unable to perform the functions of the office of president, the speaker of the National Assembly shall perform the functions of president until the president returns to Pakistan or, as the case may be, resumes his functions. So it is all about the president in part 2 of constitution of part 3 of constitution of Pakistan 1973, which is chapter 1 contain the 3 chapters, but it was the chapter 1 which was whole about the president, how he was elected, what are the functions, what are the terms, what are the how he advises the act on the advices, functions, oath, all things which is written here, which is totally authentical, because whole the word are coming from my textbook of the Constitution of Pakistan 1973. So of course it is essential and it is cognizable as well as it is authentical. So hope so you enjoyed and you learned from the very useful words of textbook of Constitution of Pakistan 1973. And now just wait for next run, and in next lecture I will deliver about the Majlis-e-Shura Parliament. As I repeated every time about Majlis-e-Shura, I said that it is Parliament. So I will tell you next session in next video about the Majlis-e-Shura, whole about that, what is Majlis-e-Shura, what are functions, what are the rights, what are the procedures, all terms and conditions very essentially written here in the Constitution of Pakistan 1973. So take care and watch it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, and wait for that.